Another treat for Malaysian tennis fans who turned up in numbers for the 6th edition of the WTA Malaysian Open, this year brought to you by BMW and which ended at the weekend at this year's venue, the famous Royal Selangor Golf Club in the heart of the city. After a week of spectacular tennis that saw big seeds fall and Asian stars like Karumi Nara shine, top-seeded Caroline Wozniacki rallied for a 4-6, 6-2, 6-1 win over Alexandra Dulgeru in the final that added to the growing standings in this year's WTA Road to Singapore finals. But as we like to point out at All Sports Asia, it wasn't just about the present. There was also, happily, a number of activities focused around the future, with a coaching clinic held during the week, the second after the opener in Thailand in January, which allowed 16 kids to build towards their own goal, the Junior Road to Singapore and the Future Stars program, WTA initiatives to help raise the awareness of tennis in Asia and get more youngsters outdoors and into the game, ultimately creating a higher tennis standard around the continent. The 2-hour session featured tennis drills and basics, as it's always the fundamentals that are the foundation for success in any and all sport. Caroline Wozniacki herself was on hand to inspire the kids to hit greater tennis heights, which, according to WTA Finals Tournament Director Melissa Pine, is something that has already been happening in Asia.
Well, tennis in Asia has never been better. It is certainly on an upward trajectory, and through the WTA Future Stars, we think that this will be a great platform to really get rackets in kids' hands, to inspire more kids to play, and to really bring the sport closer to the countries in Southeast Asia surrounding Singapore and Asia as a whole. I think we saw last year we had Belinda from Malaysia who came to Singapore and participated in the under-16 Future Stars, and I think we're going to see a lot more of that, and it's going to be a great platform to develop the sport. So, the WTA is here to build a legacy, and we really think that through the Future Stars, the Road to Singapore Juniors, that it's really going to help in the long term.
Caroline Wozniacki had her own guide on her journey, none other than a Williams sister, to give her some tips and advice.
Venus's advice to me, Venus Williams, was stay in school. So I have to pass that along, but at the same time, go out there and enjoy playing, play with your friends, go out and just spend the day at the courts. There's so many great memories for me staying in the summers here. The weather's great all year round, so you can play outside, you can have fun, and just go with a group of friends, compete against each other, and really just work hard.
It's funny you should say that actually about the weather being great, because I was going to ask you, a lot of players have struggled with it. How do you prepare for the Malaysian Open Asia?
It's a little hot, but it's the same for everybody, and just need to think cold thoughts and pretend like you're somewhere chilly.
Think cold, simple advice from a young champion, and invaluable to the kids that took part in this WTA clinic. But for them, they didn't have to think chilly thoughts, because even in the heat of the Malaysian midday sun, this was already the coolest day so far of their fledgling tennis lives.